Hi everybody. So this is just going to be a brief, maybe not so brief video on how to top up and how to spend on Dragon Raja. So I think first comes first is basically we want to talk about first of all is um, it's going to be broken down to three segments. First is the first segment is going to be about how to top up and what ways to top up. The second part is going to be about um, how and what priorities you should have um, when leveling up your character, because there's a lot of things that you can invest into. And I found after fixing a few people's accounts that there was quite a few problems. Um, what in terms of how they spent their coupons and where they spent their coupons. And finally, the third part is going to be talking about the packs and and going all the way from being a Menno all the way to Omega Well, and I'll kind of explain my thought process on kind of what defines um, each rank. So first off, going back into the top up section, um, we want to talk about the daily packs versus the top up, pure top up. So if you look at the daily packs, it's highly recommended that if you're not looking to spend, more than $300 to $400 a month on this game, that you don't use one-time top-ups. You only buy daily packs. And the reason why is basically I understand that leftmost or the rightmost box, the one that gives you 180 coupons, you only get two of them until you hit a certain rebate tier. But I'm assuming that most people here already have hit that rebate tier and you're getting three of them. So the price is no longer $9.99, it jumped up to $12.99. Um, but overall, if you buy all the daily packs every day, you're getting 840 coupons, which comes out to be about 64.66 coupons per cent. And if you bought a $99 top up, uh, if you bought the $99 top up, it works out to be 75.46 coupons per cent. So really, ignoring all the freebies and everything else, um, you are basically getting just as efficient top up by buying the daily packs as by doing a pure top up. But what the daily packs gives you is just incredible value. So the first thing in the priority that we're going to get to in section two is really the evolution stone. These things are going to be so important, and we'll talk about a little bit in a bit. But the second thing that it really gives you is basically secret commands, the elemental gems, and then your pet dust. And finally, it gives you about 300,000 gold coins every day, which adds up to a lot. And gold coins get used up quite a lot in this game, especially if you're trying to level up your sigil and things like that. Um, so highly recommended that you go for uh, the daily packs. And if you're buying the daily packs every single day and you're still running out of coupons, that is when you should go to the top up. Um, really is when you run out of your daily pack coupons. Um, that's kind of the what I would advise. So after we know how to do the top up, I just kind of want to give a general breakdown of, um, how I am prioritizing purchases and purchase orders that we're going to get to a little bit down the road in the next section. So if we really look at, the high level individuals here, Let's just look at method, for example. What you'll see is, he has a huge rating, about 600,000. Um, so basically, you could almost say that everything he has is more or less maxed out, or what the game offers. He's already maxed out most of it. Um, but if you look at the ratings breakdown, you can actually see that almost half of his rating is in motors. Um, and then about uh, a fifth, a fifth rating, no, actually more like, yeah, a tenth of his rating actually is in pets. Uh, Another, 10 to 50% is in allies, but this is very, very much random. So we'll talk about this later on why I prioritize allies after pets. And then finally, he has, about 33,000 in core, and then he has another 50,000 in enhance. So one of the key reasons, um, obviously from this, you can see that, the majority of the resources is going to be in motors. Why I would say pets comes next, even though, core is a little bit less, allies higher, and enhance is higher, is because pets don't really give you any aspect of RNG. When you unlock the pet, there is a little RNG when you level it up because the stackings per level are not the same. So you could end up with a slightly stronger pet or a slightly weaker pet. But overall, it's not a huge difference between being super unlucky on your pet leveling and super lucky on your pet leveling. Um, but there is just no RNG factor inside. And also these pet skills, when you get them up, uh, they actually give you, even though the rating is not high, the pets give you some of the most immediate uh, battle power boost that you can get in the game. Um, so that's kind of why you want to prioritize pets second over everything else. Allies, after that, I would prioritize core. The reason why I would say prioritize core is because um, they give a lot of stats, but they give a lot of critical stats. It is really RNG based, but it's not as RNG based as Ally. Uh, and Yeah, well, it's not. It's really not as RNG based as Ally. Ally is probably one of the most RNG based aspects in this whole game. You probably need to, spend a ton to be able to get what Method has. And then finally, core. Core has no RNG, similar to pets, actually even less RNG than pets, but it's just expensive to get, your core to this type of look. Um, Currently, my core is only, I just got my first two level 13 fires. Um, it's an expensive process, and it's a time-consuming process. Just the fusion essences alone, right now I need, I think, 8 fusion essences to even make one additional level 13 gem. So I need pretty much 6 fusion essences to make another level 12, and then I need 2 more to make another level 13 by combining with the 12 that I already have. So it's just 8 fusion essences alone will set you back roughly 2,000 diamonds. So it's an expensive process, and that's kind of why after you hit level 10 on your core, you can probably just let it be and don't really worry about it too much. So going to the third section, we'll talk about basically what do we actually buy. So the first tier, which I call the mini dolphin tier, you're pretty much looking at buying uh, the monthly evil pack as the priority. Like I said, these are always going to be the priority because evolution stones um, are one of the most important things that you can get. The paint cans are also nice. The gold key is just kind of extra bonus, but this is probably the best value that you're going to get in the game for evolution stones. The second thing that's worth buying is basically um, this super value pack, because also yes, it also does give you evolution stones, but also gives you other things such as the Lost Whisper, which is nice, the level 8 gem, the enhanced stuff. But this is a very solid overall kind of value pack to get you that also includes um, evolution stones. The third thing in this tier is basically the Pet Enhance pack. And the real reason why you want to get the Pet Enhance pack is basically for this pet refit chip. So this pet refit chip is going to be a tier 3 pet chip. And tier 3 pet chips on the market generally sell from anywhere from 1,400 diamonds to 2,000 diamonds, depending on the demand, the supply demand ratio at that time. Um, and even in auction, they can go up to 1,200 coupons. So even though it's random and you don't get to choose exactly which pet it is, it's good to just get this on a monthly basis so you stock up on chips. Going forward, we're pretty much getting a new pet once every 1 to 2 months that you want to really invest into. And the thing about pets is, once you don't have them equipped, um, their contribution to your rating is severely diminished. So every single time a new type of pet, um, so like for example, a new type of pet comes up. So right now you can see that I've invested a little bit into my Koniski, but I haven't invested anything into my Yalda, because if you can see, the Koniski and the Yalda are both type 2 light pets. So you really want to wait for Chiomi because she's a type 3 light pet and she'll give you much better stats when you level her up. So yeah, so every 1 to 2 months. So basically, you're able to get 6 random chips if it's every 2 months, and that can save you a lot with some good RNG on unlocking the chips. Uh, so these are the three core things that I would buy every month. Um, the fourth thing is something new. I think it's still worth it because, like I said, pets give you the most uh, battle rating very quickly. It just requires reinvestment when you get a new pet. But this monthly star array pack, I would say, is the fourth thing. And this is really situational. It depends on, what your spending plan is. Um, but this can really help if you can max out your star array because it will give you a lot more rating and uh, it should be worthwhile. I haven't actually personally bought it yet. I'm waiting to do a top up in 1 to 2 days. Um, but these four things, first the monthly motor pack, then the super value pack, then the pet enhanced pack, and then finally the monthly star array pack are probably the four things that I would buy if you're looking to spend somewhere around the area of 300 $300 a month on this game. If you're not, then I would definitely cut out the star array pack and then just go with the first three. And even then, if you're not at that point, I would just do the first two until your motors are at a good place. And then you can start doing the enhanced pack instead of, I would say, the monthly motor pack. I would always keep the super value pack because it gives you a good mix and it's just a really good value to get. The next tier I would say is what I would call the dolphin tier. So we're going from mini dolphin to the dolphin tier. And the reason is because you're now switching from value oriented monthly on sales to premium monthly on sales. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you look at this, you're going to buy all 50 of these retro postman bags. This is actually a really good value, I think. It depends a little bit on RNG, but overall, you're going to gain quite a bit by doing this. You don't lose too much, and then you also get, uh, some limited items. Um, but other than that, I would say, you should start looking at kind of these um, mixed upgrade packs. The reason why I said allies I don't put an emphasis on is because as you're getting the daily packs and as you're getting these mixed upgrade packs, you're going to naturally get a lot of secret commands. Um, but the mixed upgrade pack, the key thing that I'm looking at is the Amethyst potions, which you need to level up your allies, the Evolution Stones, and the Lost Whispers. Lost Whispers are really valuable because it gives you a chance to turn in for a purple drac, and you can merge 8 purple dracs into an orange drac, and then 6 orange dracs into a gold drac. So the drac kind of uh, development tube is quite important. Um, the other thing that I would uh, go for is the monthly enhanced pack if you're going to go dolphin range. And it's just because it's cheap and it's good value, but mostly because it's, yeah, just quite cheap. And um, and finally, I would say the gacha pack. The gacha pack um, is really good. It gives you, um, a Type 2 design document, which is really good. It gives you 20 gacha rolls that you can use or save up. Most important, it also, as part of, you're basically paying for the 20 rolls, irregardless, um, because 20 rolls cost you, 6,480 coupons, which is cost of the gacha pack. But the freebies they give you on top of that is level 10 gems times 2 evolution stones and paint cans, as well as the design document. These 4 items are just, great. Um, so I would put it low because, you're paying for gacha rolls, and we're still kind of not at the stage that we want to be gacha focused at this tier, at the spending tier, but the freebies are just great. The final thing that I would pick up is probably the Elemental Gem Pack, similar to the Enhanced Pack, mostly just because it's cheap. It's basically similar to the daily pack, the daily Elemental Gems, except you don't get to choose what type of Elemental Gem you get, but you do get 100,000 gold coins on top, which makes it really valuable um, on a monthly basis. Um, yeah, so after this tier, um, we'll start looking at you start kind of getting into kind of the daily focused spending. And you can see that this is kind of the tier that I've been putting myself on. I've been kind of just clearing out the dailies. Um, I myself have been debating whether or not I want to continue buying these level 6 gems, but I've continued with it just because I do want to try to get level 13 core before I really slow it down. Um, but priority is definitely the Daily Motor Evo pack. It is, if you're looking to power up quickly, the Daily Motor Evo pack is something that you definitely want to get every single day. The reason why I didn't put it higher is because it's expensive and it's not huge value since it's only 44% off, but it gives you 9 Evo stones on a daily basis. But it basically requires you to do the daily pack every single day plus a top up because you're basically at a net 140 coupon um, loss on the daily pack if you're buying the daily Motor Evo pack every single day. Um, this is kind of something that, is expensive. So I didn't put it up higher, but I definitely think if you want to power up or keep your rating up, it's something that you just have to keep investing into. The 9 Evo stones plus the 3 that you get from the daily pack gives you 12 every day. And that is something that is super valuable. Then you go for the daily enhanced pack. Similar, it's just because you get stabilizing shards and you just want to, keep it up. Then I would say it's a toss up between the 4 times daily gem pack or the daily gold pack. Daily gold pack can become costly, but it gives you an extra 500,000 gold coins every single day. Recently, I've been buying it just because I've been unlocking a lot of my classes, which requires a lot of gold. Also been working on sigils and my refits, which all cost a lot of gold. So I've been buying the daily gold pack, but the daily gold pack is definitely optional. The weekly DIY pack is, pretty good. It's super cheap. Um, but the paint cards can help you unlock color blocks on your wardrobe, um, which helps increase your rating, although not hugely, but it's still worth it to get this minor gain. Obviously, this is highly optional. And the final thing is this monthly mixed upgrade pack 2. And the reason why I put this here is because it depends on what you're going for, but this is definitely not something that you need. You get 2 a month. You get 2 additional pet support skills, which are great. You get the fusion essence times 2, which is good. You get, the enhancement tier, which is good, and the night elemental gem, which is good. But the key thing is there's no evolution stone. So although everything is quite good here, I wouldn't put it up that high, mainly because it's expensive and no evolution stone. So that's kind of the gist of everything that's going to go forward. Um, so I think that's that for that tier. Um, the main thing is, yeah, just a debate on whether or not you want to get this Daily Motor Evo pack, um, based on how you're topping up with the daily packs, because that can add up over time. So the next tier would be the mini whale tier, and I would start it off by saying that this is kind of where things deviate a little bit from just this on sale tab. Because if you see everything on this on sale tab, it's usually all like 50 to 70% off. So you're getting really good value. Uh, you're getting like a 1 coupon to 2 diamond value regardless of what you buy. I'm just kind of giving a more kind of a more, just order to the purchase order. I'm just giving a purchase order basically. Um, but starting from the mini whale tier, you're kind of deviating from this tab. The first thing I would say is this kind of weekly star array pack. And the reason why I put it here is because I'm pretty sure there's a cap on how high you can get your star array. And if you hit it, all the freebies that you get on a daily basis, like the dust, become kind of worthless. So it really depends on your situation, how much you want to invest into that star array. I would say, if you get it to tier 4, you're doing quite all right. Tier 5, is really good. But over time, you're going to get it anyways. It's just going to take a really long time without these packs. So I would put that here. And then finally, it's not on right now, but I would say this is where you start really pulling hard for the Lucky Tarot. Um, Irregardless, I would actually say the first 2 to 3 pulls for Lucky Tarot probably belongs in a lower tier. It just in the structure of this guide, it just didn't really fit, but I'm going to put that here now. The first, 1 to 2, even maybe the third pull, since it's quite cheap, you can see if you can get lucky to get, the level 10 elemental gems or the amethyst potions. I remember in the first one, they actually gave the crystals that you use to evolve your allies tiers as well. But then the recent ones, I didn't see it. And there's also an Evo Stone pack, which is, hugely good. So if you can get the Evo pack, the gem pack, and the amethyst pack, or even the enhanced pack from the lucky tarot draws in the first 1 to 3 draws, you're looking really good, and you got a tremendous amount of value from that tarot draw. If I put it here because if people are chasing certain things like a beauty item or um, like a certain box, then it kind of belongs in the mini whale territory. Um, so after that, we're gonna go into the whale territory. The whale territory basically, you're leaving this completely, and you're starting to look at kind of, I would say, these kind of event-based gachas. And the whale territory, I would say, is still focused on um, you're starting to do the gacha, starting to spend a lot on the game, but you're still kind of really focused in on converting your coupons to diamonds. So, for example, when you do this gacha, if you get, a Star Serenade, this sells for about 3,200 diamonds. This sells for about 68 or 6,400 diamonds. Um, and you know, it's a good way for you to spend coupons while getting a lot of these kind of enhanced materials, pet chips, pet support skills. Basically, every single thing that you can sell, you want to sell out of this gacha, and you want to convert it back into diamonds. But at the same time, there's things like, your enhanced materials that you can't sell, the things you get from these coupons that you can't sell. These are the ones that you use to enhance your own character, but that's kind of the phase that you're in. The other thing that you can do is also the mysterious gacha, with the same thought process. Sell everything that you can, and then everything that you can't, you kind of use for yourself. Um, this is kind of also the phase where basically you're looking at these two packs, which is the comprehensive pack one. Um, and, you know, I honestly don't think there's a huge amount of value in this. The basic plan is nice, the premium alloy is nice, but all these things are buyable, and then it's really focused on secret commands. And like I said about secret commands, you're getting a bunch of secret commands from your daily pack purchases and from the other purchases I said above. It's just kind of attached on. You don't really need to really focus on buying this for the secret commands. And then outside of that, there's just nothing that really justifies the value of this. I mean, you have some enhanced items, but even then, you're getting a lot of enhanced from other places, and it just doesn't really add up. It goes even more so for the comprehensive pack two. Yes, you get Amethyst Potions times three. Yes, you get Evolution Stone times two. You get Fusion Essence. Overall, it's great, but I think they overloaded it with 20 secret commands. Um, and really, the price point is basically 100 US dollars a week. And I think that's quite over. I myself actually don't even buy these two. Um, I don't buy these two at all. And so that kind of ends it for kind of the whale territory. You're beginning to do gacha. You may consider doing these two packs. It really depends on your situation. I really don't need them. They don't really do anything for me. I'm not that desperate for more pet chips after buying the monthly things. And yeah, so the next stage is basically you're going into the large whale territory, which is basically you're beginning to use your coupons like diamonds. So whatever you're missing when you're leveling things up, you always have this option of, saying turn on all, and then you can click on this refill material and die activation. So basically, if you're ever low on something, the game automatically purchase it purchases it from your diamonds if you have any, or if you don't have any diamonds, then it does directly takes out away from your coupons. Actually, I think it directly takes away from your coupons. I myself never turn this on, so um, uh, yeah, this is basically where you're using coupons as a one-to-one usage for your diamonds, and this is kind of the mark of getting into the really large whale territory. You almost never want to use your coupons like diamonds because there's just not value there when you can get super rare materials from the on sale store at 50% off for your coupon. Yes, there's an element of control that you need to exercise because doing it this way with high coupon efficiency takes longer, and spending coupons like diamonds, gives you an immediate boost. But overall, you're not getting a great deal when, especially when you have these packs available. Um, yeah, so finally, the last tier I would call, which is Omega Whale, which is basically, The whale territory was when you wanted to do gotcha, but sell everything that you could to convert them back into diamonds. A mega whale is basically you're just gotching and you're basically not selling anything unless you're getting duplicates or things that you can't use. You're using everything while you're using coupons as diamonds for the things that you don't have. And I think that basically sums up all the different tiers. Um, so one final thing that I'll mention is basically if you go back to the well tier, um, one of the things that you can do when you're in this tier is, yeah, basically, you find out the materials that are dropping, especially enhanced materials, which is why I don't put a huge priority on the on sale for enhanced materials. Um, is you can you can use them to get these enhanced materials which you need to get your hands up. But at the same time, you should be more or less pulling even for your diamonds for coupon spent overall. And that way, you're just basically converting your coupon to your diamond at a 1-to-1 ratio without counting the enhanced materials that you're getting. So that's kind of one of the things I just wanted to add at the very end. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks, everybody.